your old workers. This is Pastor Becky, and I am hopping around to do a video quick about how we are changing up our curriculum a little bit in our system here in nursery, and I want to make sure we're all on the same page. So I'm very excited that we have started a new curriculum, and we're actually doing the curriculum in 2s and 3s and in 4s and 5s. 2s and 3s just have a little bit shorter, condensed version of it, so it's more appropriate for their learning level. And every week, so just the basis of this curriculum, let me just share really quick, is that you know how kids will watch movies over and over and over, or have you read the same story over and over and over, and by the end they can tell you the whole story? Well, we're kind of using that premises. So each month we're going to be learning or teaching the same story. And each week we're going to ask different questions about it. We're going to look at it from different angles. We're going to review different things about it, but it's going to be the same story, the same memory verse. And by the end of the month, it's our goal that these kids can just recite this story to you, and they can look at the picture we're going to show them, and they're going to know exactly what happened and be able to tell you the story. They're going to know the memory verse and be able to share it with you easily. Okay, so that's our heart, even for our 2 and 3-year-olds. I did this last week as a test run, and it was so fun. It was so amazing. The kids were a little bit quiet, but as they started learning it, as they started seeing the fun with it, they started interacting, and they started repeating, and they started doing the action. So the more that they get used to this new system, the more they're going to be excited and they're going to be ready for it. So as normal, we're going to come in, we're going to greet our kids, make sure that they have their name tags on, and if they don't, I'm going to have some here that you can write their name, if they have any allergies, and a parent's phone number. We need all of that on every single one of our kids, okay? So every kid that comes in needs a name tag, and so I'm going to have some here. If they're not here this Sunday, if I don't have them printed this Sunday, just ask them to run back and grab a tag from the check-in table. Hopefully that'll help them get into a new routine to get a tag every Sunday. All right, so kids come in, they play. We play with them the first half an hour, 45 minutes. We play with them, and we have a nice time. We have tags right back here that show the schedule for each kid. So you can see the first star is on play. And this is going to be very helpful for you guys. If we have kids that are crying, that are anxious to leave mom and dad, you can say, look at our tags. We only have 5 tags. Once we're done with them all, mom and dad will be back. And then you can be my helper and help me flip them when we're ready, okay? So you can really use them to help kids with anxiety. After the play, it says clean up. And we actually have a cleanup song. It'll be pulled up right on our YouTube. So I'm going to have YouTube pulled up, and we have a folder for nursery. Right now it's labeled nursery. Once we split nursery back over and 2s and 3s over, it'll be labeled 2s and 3s, okay? So you'll just use it for 2s and 3s. You'll have it pulled up. You'll click play on the cleanup song, and everybody will help clean up. You might have to hit twice play on the cleanup song, just depending on how much it needs to be cleaned up, okay? And you'll also then flip over this tag and move it to right here, okay? And then you move it on the cleanup song. Okay, everyone, it's time to clean up. Let's all help clean up. Hit play, clean up. All right, guys, good job. Everybody help clean up. Let's come over. And here in the 2s and 3s, we have the green mats. So you could have the kids come find a green mat, but we're moving to song and story. So you could have them come find a green mat, or you could just have them come over here because we're going to turn on a worship song. If you want to have them sit down for a second, you can. It's a great time to introduce yourself, and maybe if you can get the kids to say their names. I know Miss Susie used to have this really fun clapping song to introduce each other, and maybe I could get Susie to teach us that. That would be a fun thing to introduce during this time. So we move the star right here. All right, guys. Great job, you did wonderful. Come on over here, we're gonna do song time. You guys ready to worship God? Come on. And this is the time that you'll really need your helpers to help corral some of those outsider kids that are a little bit nervous, maybe hold their hand, just really help encourage them to do worship. We have worship on our playlist on YouTube, and you'll just pick a couple songs, do the actions with them, do the worship songs. I've picked songs that are pretty simple, don't have too hard of actions, and that your kids can get into and enjoy. The big thing, remember, is where you lead, they'll go. So if you do worship songs like this, that's how your kids will react. If you're like this, That's how your kids will react. So how you lead, that's where you'll go. So make sure you're getting into the songs, encouraging the kids. If they're having fun, praise them. When you see a kid that's just kind of standing there, start to clap. Say, oh my gosh, good job, Sally. Nice clapping. And just really encourage the kids to get into the heart of worship, to interact and encourage them. So probably 3 songs. Last week we did 3, actually we did 4 because they wanted to do another one. So we did 4 songs because they were just having so much fun. So just kind of see how the kids are doing, if they seem to get tired or whatnot. And then we gather everybody to sit on a green rug. So you pick whichever green rug you want. Everybody come, let's sit on the green rug. And over here, one sec. I have this black basket. I should have had it over here. It's right by the TV. And in this is going to be your lesson for each week. In here, oops, here's some stickers, sorry, is the lesson. This is what you need to do. And then, I gotta get it, the Bible story. So the Bible story is on these little cards, and there's only 3 cards for twos and threes. There's only 3 story cards. And there's 2 sets of them. So you can give your helper 1 set. Last week, I just gave out the cards. There's 3 cards. I just set out a couple cards, and the kids were holding them. And then as I read each one, so the story card, see, it has it on the back and the front, exactly what to say. You know, it says, the man couldn't walk. Look, guys, look on your card. Look for the man that can't walk. Yes. Oh, his good friends carried him to Jesus. Look, here's his good friends. Can you find his good friends? Oh, uh-oh, the house was too full. Oh, no. Oh, who has the card? Show me the card. Yes, look. Now, on your sheet every week, it has an action to do. Story card 1. The good friend carried Jesus. It says, say with me. So we just said, boys and girls, look at card 1. Say with, the good friends carry Jesus. Good job. Look, let's pretend to carry. The good friends carried Jesus. And we did that for each action, for each story card. They have something the kids repeat and something, the action that you do. Now, this is super important that your helpers are involved, that your helpers are saying it and doing it, because the kids are going to be looking for them. Should we actually repeat this? Should we actually say it? And so last week, my helpers were so encouraging to the kids. They were saying it too, and the kids were really participating and really getting into the story. Okay, on the back of this is the memory verse. Share with God's people who are in need. Now, we're going to have that in our movie, but you can introduce it while you're sitting on the green map, and just introduce it so the kids are a little bit familiar with it, because in this movie, we are going to see it again. And that's it. That's all you do for story time, is just read the stories, do the say with me's, do the actions, and then right here on the side, it says what you can review. You can hold up the story cards and remind them what they did and review them. And then at the end, you pray with them. You just pray with the kids. And I just had them all fold their hands and bow their head, and I just prayed a very simple, short prayer. And then it said, okay, guys, story time, and song and story's over. And we flip it. Bing. Look, it's a movie. You see me? Look, it's a movie and snack time, everybody. I had the table set up. So I just had them find a spot. We handed out snacks and drinks, and that's all right here in the cabinet underneath the TV. There's snacks, there's gluten-free snacks, there's cups for water, and there's water bottles in there. You just dump from the water bottle. Please don't have them drink from the water bottle while jumping into the cups, and have them all ready for the movie. The movie's only 9 minutes. When you watch the movie, there are actions for like the memory verse. And it's so important that the teacher does the actions with them. So there's a character on there called Emily. She's going to be learning this. And so you are going to participate with Emily. When Emily says, say it with me, boys and girls, you will say it and help encourage the kids to say it too. That way, by the end of the month, they will know the memory verse because they've practiced it 3 times in the movie. And they were encouraged to say it, and they know the actions. There's also a little worship time, just 1 or 2 songs in the movie itself. So I encouraged the kids. We got up and we danced to the short little worship song, and we participated in the song. So it's very interactive, very fun. After the movie is done, then we'll clean up snack, and it says play refresh is next. Play refresh. But before I did that, I handed out, there's a take-home sheet every week. And for this age level, we are only going to give them one crayon, pass out one crayon, and just allow them some time to color it. The main thing with this take-home sheet is on the back, there's a parent activity for them to be able to participate with their family at home. So we want to send that out with every parent. So we just want to take, as long as the kids are interested in coloring, allow them to do that. While they're doing this, this is your opportunity. Encourage the kids, speak life to the kids, pray over each child. Okay, they'll just be coloring, having fun, but this is such an important time that you're building up these children, that you're laying a foundation of God's love in their life. Once everyone's kind of wrapped up, that play refresh time. So what we're gonna do is what I did last week is when we are coloring, we just had, if anybody needed a diaper change, that's when we did it. Unless obviously there was a dirty diaper, we would have done it earlier. But last week, second service, we happened to just have 2-year-olds and everybody was dry. So we just left them go. But I do wanna make this statement. We do wanna change anybody who is at all wet, even just a tiny bit. Okay, we just want to send everyone home with a dry diaper. And I've created these new stickers right over here at the changing station. They're little stickers that once you change the child, this will go on the front of their diaper. And it just says, your child has been changed and prayed for by Solid Rock Family Church volunteers. It's just a reminder for a parent when they go home and they're changing a dirty diaper and they see that on the diaper, it reminds them there's a community that cares for them, that's praying for them, and they're not in this alone. So make sure that we get everybody changed and dry. We don't want to send anyone home dirty at all, okay? So that's a big thing. I did that during the color time. So during the color time, you can spend time changing. Some kids are potty training, so that's when we had some kids go try use the potty also. Then at the end, it's play time, but we don't want to get out all the toys again. So underneath these cabinets are different types of group toys. There's the big Legos, the foam Legos. There is the tube where you can run through. There's like more kitchen toys. I'm trying to think what else. There's a train track you can put together under there. There's all different kind of interactive toys. So last week we got out all the foam Legos and we just built and we looked at colors and we sat on the floor together as a group and played with these foam blocks, building things, having fun, and just playing with the kids and interacting with them for the last little bit of time. It was super easy to clean up when parents came, and the parents come and they see a room in order. They see their kids on the floor having fun, interacting with the teacher. It's just a big blessing and encouragement. And one other thing about toys, I put away a lot of the toys. Olivia helped me last week. There's only a few toys that actually are in the bins, and the rest of them are right here, oops, in this cabinet. Wrong cabinet, next one over. This cabinet right here. You can see we have totes and totes of toys. On this side is the vacuum, and their cabinets are labeled with markers and crayons and stuff that you guys need. So this is where you'll get your supplies for your color sheets. But we did that because when you clean up, we want all of the toys put away. So we don't want anything to distract the kids, because then it makes you the most interesting thing in the room. So we want all the toys to be able to fit in the bins or put in the cabinet. And then as a teacher, when you come in and decide that it's your turn to teach, you can pull out what you want for toys for the kids. You don't have to pull them all out. You can only pull out what you want. And that'll make it easier for cleanup, and that'll make it more fun for the kids because different toys will be rotated in as different teachers pull out different toys each week. Okay, after that we just play and we wait for parents. When parents come, we want to make sure we tell them something their child is doing really well. We want to encourage the parents, okay? If some of the children are having behavior issues or not doing very well, but in the class we've dealt with it, we've redirected them, they listened, and and they had better behavior, and we've already dealt with it in the class, it's dealt with. Unless it's like a continuing problem that is really hindering our classroom. We want to leave parents with a positive note. We want to tell them, man, Susie really loves the worship song. She's so excited and claps her hands so well. She was such, so we want to encourage them when they pick up their children. Okay, I think that's about it for nursery. I'm going to have a time schedule up here for you guys. If you have any other questions, let me know about the curriculum. And oh, that's one other thing I forgot to tell you. Right over here, over the changing station, I have just a little thing to remind us that our mission, our vision in here is that we're demonstrating God's love. And we're doing that through praying for our kids and by encouraging our kids. We want to make it a point to encourage each kid 3 times during the service. Okay, so that's going to be, we're going to have opportunities during table time, during the time that we're down on the floor, during worship, we're going to be able to encourage kids, during playtime. We want to be able just to encourage, build up, and edify our children. Okay, guys, hope you have a great day and that this is going to work out wonderful. If you guys have any questions, don't understand anything, please reach out to me before you're scheduled to work so that when you jump in here, you know exactly what you're going to do. Make sure that you give yourself enough time in the morning to review the lesson before service starts. So if we need to be at huddle at 8:30, you need to be here in the classroom, preparing, reviewing, knowing what you're going to do at 8:20, 8:15. So you know exactly what's happening. Come to the huddle at 8:30, and then come back to your room, pull out the toys that you want, and be ready to pick up children at 8:45 or 10 till, about 10 till. All right, love you guys. Bye.